Welcome. Y'all know the slogan. Welcome. Mind No Greatness Podcast. It's one of your hosts, Big Boss Outcake, poke through the door. We got our soldier right there, Brody on the hustle, ready for the tussle. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Peso. It's our love and respect. They couldn't make it today, but this the Mind No Greatness Podcast. Today, we talking about a little bit of combat sports. We talking about boxing, baby. What other better sport besides football? I think football a little better. That's just my perspective. But we talking a little bit of boxing today, man. So y'all hold on, put your seatbelt on, hey, get you some popcorn, sit tight, cause we finna do this thing right. Now, B, we got another big fight coming up, December 9th. We got Devin the Dream Haney versus Rigaroo, Regis Prograis. I want you to give me your insight on that fight. They fighting at 140, the belt's on the line. They fighting in Devin Haney backyard in San Francisco. Who do you think gonna win that fight? What are the keys to victory for each fighter, in your opinion? Let me know something.
All right, for sure. What it is, folks? We back and we talking this good old sport of boxing. I'm gonna get straight into it. Let's go. Prograis. I don't know what the deal was. I got a chance to go back and recap and watch some film on his last fight. He had a lot of trouble finding distance to get in and land. The left hooks and the right hooks. He was having trouble with that. I don't know if it was because his opposition was up on his bicycle. Because at first it was kind of like he was standing there, so Prograis had a chance to get a couple in. But after he got on his bicycle and started fighting off his back foot, Prograis couldn't get a good feel and find a good distance. So I think that's key number one to victory for Prograis. He gotta be able to get in there and find the correct distance against Haney so he can land those big shots that he looked for so much. And he is an even-handed fighter. He has power in both hands. You know what I'm saying? He's not the most skillful guy when it comes to defense, but I feel like he has enough to give Devin Haney a little fit, not too much, but at the same time that's key number one for Prograis. Key number two, he's gonna have to be technical and working behind that jab. I know you're looking for those hooks. I know you're looking for those knockout punches, but you're gonna have to be a little bit more technical against Devin Haney because Devin Haney, as much as I don't want to say it, he is one of the better fighters that's out there right now. But at the same time, that's key point number two. He's gonna have to learn how to get behind the jab and work behind it and build off of it before he just going there swinging for the fences and trying to get one of those knockout punches. All right, so for Devin Haney, his last fight, I believe it was against Lomachenko, and I went back and watched that fight a couple times. It was bits and pieces to where it was evident Haney was kind of winning the fight in the beginning of the fight, but once Luma said, "Forget all this extra stuff. I'm gonna be who I am," and he started doing what he do, and we all know what Luma do. He build that little phone booth around you, and he stick you in that phone booth. And once he get you in there, all you feel is punches and him just turning, disappearing here, disappearing over here, disappearing. And you catching punches from all kind of angles. So he got a chance to build that phone booth around him, and Haney had a little trouble with it. They said Haney got the win. I believe it was unanimous. I don't think it should have been unanimous. I thought it should either been split decision or a draw. But anyways, for Haney, he's gonna have to make deposits to the body. He's gonna have to go in there and make deposits to the body. And we all know how the saying go. Hey, you go ahead and take out the body, the hand's gonna fall and the head gonna start to roll. You know what I'm saying? So I believe he's gonna have to go in early. You know what I'm saying? And cash out on the body. That's key point number one for Devin Haney. Key point number two is he's gonna have to get better at throwing punches and bunches in this match, because you not gonna win single handedly throwing 1 and 2 punch combinations. He's gonna have to get in there and throw different type of combinations and keep Prograis, you know, at one of those positions to where he has to hesitate to go in. He has to hesitate. So if Haney can do that, I believe he can get the victory. But overall, I'm not a Haney fan. I don't believe in his skill set. I don't believe in his boxing abilities. But at the same time, the boxing world says different. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and take Haney in this one. This is like me when I go have to talk about the Cowboys. I never really want to pick them, but sometimes it's like, okay, it's evident they're the better person right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Cowboys. But anyways, that's another topic, another subject. But I got Haney in this one. I got Haney in this one. I don't think it'll be a knockout because Haney not really a true knockout artist to me, in my opinion. But I got Haney. He winning it by, I say split decision. Split decision for Haney. I give it to Haney.
All right. I respect that. Um, this fight for me is tricky. You know, you got two different styles. You know what I mean? You got Regis Progress. He has boxing ability. He can box, but he's more of a power puncher. You know, you got Devin Haney, who's a masterclass boxer. I think the keys to victory for Devin is to utilize his jab at will, but also disguise his jab to where Regis can't take it away. I think people underestimate Regis Progress boxing IQ. Excuse me. And I think that, Devin's gonna really have to work and really have to, you know, update and, find different ways to utilize that jab and work off that jab. I agree with you. He's gonna have to put punches and bunches. He cannot throw single shots against Regis Prograde because Regis Prograde, if he's throwing single shots against him, that gives Regis Prograde an opportunity to land those big shots. So Devin gonna really have to work. He gonna have to throw more punches, like you said, put combinations together, change angles. That's gonna be big, right? He's got to change angles, and he's gonna have to eliminate Regis from throwing that big left. You know what I mean? So he's gonna have to really be elusive. He's gonna have to be elusive. He's gonna have to tie up. When you tie up, that gives Regis an opportunity to not get in his rhythm and get in his bag and do the good things that he do. Now, what Regis got to do, in my opinion, is cut that ring off. I think he's gonna have to get aggressive against Devin. I think that he's gonna have to take away Devin Haney's jab. Maybe look to because Devin works his a lot of his success comes off the jab. You know what I mean? So what he gonna have to do is look to either counter or parry Devin Haney's jab, come over the top. He's gonna have to look to how to align that straight left on Devin. Also go to Devin Haney's body. You know what I mean? Keep Devin Haney on the ropes. One thing I think I saw in the Lomachenko fight was when Devin was on the ropes, Lomachenko was able to score on him when Devin Haney's back was on the ropes. So Devin Haney is not a good fighter when he's on the ropes. He's good in the middle of the ring, but when he gets on those ropes, he tends to get touched. So I think that's what we just got to do. Um, like I said, I'm not a fan of Devin Haney either, but I respect his skill set. I respect how he fight. I respect his journey. I do respect Regis' journey, but I just think Devin Haney is gonna get the nod in this one. I also agree with a split decision. Now we finna segue into a new wave, a new thing, right? We've been doing this. We got the mindful moments, mindful moments. And this thing right here be like you said, kind of like we do at the NFL. I'm gonna throw a list of fights at you. You just give me the winner, whether it's by knockout, unanimous decision, whatever you think, we're gonna do it like that. So first fight, we got Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos. Who you got? Knockout or decision? What you got?
I got Shakur. As much as he kind of falling off my list because he getting a little bit outrageous with the attention he trying to gain attention from the folks right now and get that big fight. You know what I'm saying? I got Shakur Stevenson in this one. I give him unanimous. I won't give him a knockout, but I give him unanimous. He is a world class fighter. It's a silver Olympic medalist. So I give it to Stevenson. Unanimous decision right there.
All right. I do agree that Shakur will win, but I think he's gonna win by the split decision. Edwin De Los Santos is coming to fight. All right. Benavidez versus Andre. Who you got in that one?
Oh, I knew that was coming. I'm gonna give it to Andre. I think he stay undefeated. Benavidez is a tough out for anybody. He's one of those guys, the Mexican monster. He's one of those guys that's gonna come in there and he gonna put that work in and on you. But I don't know. I just feel like Andre to be able to take advantage of the small things and do the small things right and catch Benavidez slipping while he lacking. I don't think he get a knockdown. I don't think it'll be a knockout. But I give that one a split decision to Andre. I think he stay undefeated.
Okay. That's a tough one. I can't pick a winner because it's that's a tough matchup. I say this: if Andre can't hurt Benavidez, then I got Benavidez. If Andre is able to hurt Benavidez, then I got Andre. So it just comes down to those things with me, bro.
Makes
But
sense.
next one: Keith Thurman versus Emontis Stanionis. I know you don't know that much about Stanionis, but He's a kung fu fighter. Keith Thurman has been on a long layoff. Stanionis has a version of the WBA belt. Now, he's not the full WBA champion, but he has a version of it, right? Terrence Crawford is still the undisputed champion. The WBA got so many versions of that belt. So, Keith Thurman, coming off this layoff, fighting a tough fight against Stanionis, who you got and why?
Unless Keith Thurman then took some superhero sensu bean type stuff, he been in outer space training in a gravity ball like Goku been. It's just hard for anybody to take a long layoff from boxing and come back and beat anybody because we already know how the sport of boxing works. This is something you have to do day in and day out. This is a consistent job. There is no days off when it comes to boxing, and he's been gone for a while and coming back off of retirement. Like I said, I don't care who you going against. It's gonna be hell to tell the captain when you get in the ring because you haven't been in the ring, you haven't been consistent. So as much as I don't know about Stanionis, I do know he's a solid fighter, and you're not finna just go in there just because you will Keith Thurman and beat somebody. So I'm gonna take Stanionis right here by default because Keith Thurman has been on a long layoff. I'm gonna take Stanionis by decision, and I'm gonna say split decision. I see Keith Thurman having some flashes of the old. He might hurt him a little bit. He might even score a knockdown. Maybe that's a smaller percentage right there. But at the same time, I got standing on this.
Okay. I agree. I got Stanionis. I think that Keith Thurman being inactive, um, it will be an issue. Also, Keith Thurman, uh, if y'all haven't noticed, he get hurt to the body a lot, and Stanionis, he go to that body. You know what I mean? So I think what Stanley is gonna do is he gonna apply smart, calculated pressure behind the jab with a high guard on Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman gonna try to use his legs and get on that bicycle, but he ain't gonna last that long. So I got matter of fact, I think Stanley stops Keith Thurman. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go to stoppage round 9. I think Stanley is gonna get him. That's just my opinion. All right, now we got the dream fight. Javante Tank Davis saying he coming back in the beginning of 2024. That could be January, February, or March. The team of Javante Tank Davis, not Javante Tank Davis himself, but the team, his representation has called out Devin Haney. So I want to get your opinion on this fight. Javante Tank Davis versus Devin Haney, 2024. Who you got and why?
Look, I'm gonna say it like this: every time Devin Haney even is associated with the name Tank Javante Davis, well, however you want to say it, when you bring up that name around Devin Haney, this dude gets snakes in his boot. He get quicksand in his boots. He get frozen. He get cemented. The boy turned into a statue. And not only that, the only person that really be talking that knows when it come down to that name, it be his daddy. And I'm like, your daddy the co-signer. Like, why every time this name brought up, your daddy got to defend you, man? Stop it. If you're scared of him, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead, put it to rest, and just come up with something to where the people know, all right, I ain't fighting Tank Davis. But hands down, Haney ain't ready for no Tank Davis. Tank Davis is hungry. We already know that boy had that gorilla tatted on him, and if he get Haney, that gorilla finna come out in full fledged, and he finna eat. He finna punish that boy. Tank Davis, I see Tank Davis stopping him in the 5th or 6th round. I ain't gonna lie, stoppage, sleeping. He. I just feel like he gonna be on that tear when he come out, bro. And if it's Haney, Lord and behold, we gonna keep you in our prayers, Haney. If you going against Tank Davis for his first fight, we gonna keep you in our prayers. But I got Tank knockout, 5th round, boom. That's it.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. This might be where Devin Haney get really exposed. Um, I think Devin Haney has good boxing ability, but so does Tank. Tank can box, Tank can brawl, and he got power. And I don't see him getting knocked out. I don't see Haney getting knocked out in the 5th. I see Haney getting knocked out maybe 7th round.
Okay.
And what's gonna happen is he gonna have a successful round before that knockout, right? He gonna have a successful round and he gonna piss Tank off, and Tank gonna come out on that gorilla mode, kind of like he did with Lil Santa Cruz. He gonna come
Exactly.
out on that mode. and I see him stretching, sleeping Devin Haney. That's what I see. I don't see a TKO. I see him sleeping. I said it. Look at me. I see him sleeping Devin Haney. Devin Haney gonna be laying on the ground with his leg bent like a big back paper clip, like Cat Williams say. And his daddy
You
gonna be
are.
in the ring trying to wake him up. That's
You
what I
are.
see.
I
I
like
got
it, bro. I
Gervonta
like it.
Tank Davis by stoppage, round 7.
Okay.
Now we gonna push this into a whole nother thing. That was the mindful moments. We just did the little quick rundown. Now, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, right? This is people that almost got in fights over these two fighters, man. And people still talking. It's been a lot of diehard Crawford fans who are talking. They saying, man, we don't want to see this fight. So the question I got for you, B, is this: should Errol Spence take this fight right now as an immediate rematch? Should he take it right now? Or should he take a tune up? Second question: what things can Errol Spence do in the second fight that can put on a better performance or beat Terrence Crawford? Right? Do you even see that happening? Let me know something.
Okay, for sure. All right. For people who don't understand boxing, for people who don't understand people from Texas, men from Texas in general, for people who don't understand the Earl Spence, the dude put a rematch clause in there for a reason. I don't know if it was because he felt like he wasn't prepared, if he felt like he wasn't going to win in the manner he was going to win. I don't know if he knew he was going to go in there and take a L to Terrence Crawford. He knew something. So he put a rematch clause in it. And for everybody who invested in this fight from the beginning, why not finish it? Yes, he should take the rematch. At 154, he should take the rematch. So to answer the second question, things I believe Earl Spence could do better. All right, let's switch up some of this training regimen. We're gonna get you tactfully and skillfully prepared and mentally prepared to take on this Terrence Crawford. Because we know Terrence Crawford gonna come out and do the same thing he did the first time. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing he needs to change at all. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence came out looking to bully Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He came in, he was gonna be strong behind that jab. Okay, it didn't work the first time. All right, now let's take that same jab. Let's switch it up. Let's put some feints behind it, a little bit more head movement with it, and shoot it from different angles, shoot it from different positions. Like you mentioned earlier, disguise that jab. You know what I'm saying? And once you get it to where he can't figure out what you finna do with it, okay, now we come in and we start using that size advantage. Now we come in and we start trying to lay the lumber on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a few things he can do. Now I definitely would switch up, the technique as far as yo punch combinations, because he can get a bit lethargic with some of his combinations. The one to the body, then back upstairs, then he'll put a two in there, or he had a hook. You know what I'm saying? So he can be a bit lethargic, but I would say throw some more combinations in that arsenal, and also work on that counter punching ability just a little bit. I know you got it in you. I know you can box. So sharpen those few things up, and I feel like we have a better outcome in the fight. Am I saying you're gonna win? I don't know. Do I think he go out there and just dominate Terrence Crawford? Hell no, I don't. Excuse my French, but no. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect neither one of them to dominate each other, but it happened in the first one. But in this rematch clause, no, I don't see it happening twice. Earl Spence is a real man. He's a real dude. He stand on his. He took his L. He gonna come back and do what he got to do to prove everybody wrong. So yeah, this rematch should happen, and I'm invested in it, and I want to see it. And that's my take on that.
Okay, okay, okay. Like you said, like you pointed out, man, us Texas boys is different. You know what I mean? I don't think people really understand the mindset of a Texas boy, but you know, bes- besides being from Texas all around, L Spence just as a man, how he conduct himself, you know, this rematch clause is happening for a reason. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why he activated immediately. I do agree that L Spence should fight Terrence Crawford next. I don't believe in a tune up. I don't believe in none of that. You know what I mean? Errol Spence is a different type of fighter. He's an elite fighter, and I think a lot of people are disrespecting him because of it's not really the loss, it's how he lost, right? So he's a guy that, took fights without tune ups, fought top competition without tune ups. I could get into that, but I'm not because I will be here till tomorrow talking about all that. And he's gonna keep it a stack. But all I'm gonna say is this: going into the second fight, what he need to do is like you pointed out, disguise that jab. Um, Also, uh, I think he needs to add in another coach, to help with Derek James. You know, a lot of people don't understand. See, Brody, y'all don't know, Brody is a boxing coach, right? So, and he has guys on his staff or he assists guys on their staff, right? He's an extra set of eyes because a coach is not going to see everything. Am I correct? There's certain things
Oh,
that you're not going to see,
right,
right?
especially when you're training for specific taskings, you're only paying attention at that time to that specific detailed thing. So you always need another pair of eyes, especially if you're skilled in one area and you lack in another area. Maybe you bring in another assistant coach who's stronger in the areas you lack in to assist you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, most definitely. As a coach, even when you zoned in on something, you still don't see everything. That's what film is for.
And I just think that defensively, he needs to bring in Kenny Porter, who's Sean Porter's dad, uh, who is a big disciplinarian on defense and feet work and things like that. It's not about because I see a lot of people talking about Errol Spence need to fight like Terrence Crawford to beat him. No, you don't. Styles make fights, right? At the end of the day, what Errol Spence needs to do is sharpen up his tools on what he's good at, right? His style is still an issue for Terrence Crawford. That's just what it is. Errol Spence is a guy that throws a lot of punches, that goes to the body. He just needs to disguise it. That's it, right? And Derek James may be missing some things. So him bringing in, if Errol say, "Hey, we're gonna bring in this guy to assist you," I don't see nothing wrong with that. I think that will be beneficial for Errol Spence. But like Roger said, I can see ways that Errol Spence can win this fight. You know what I mean? I would right now. I'm favoring Terrence Crawford to beat Errol Spence, but I think it'll be a closer fight than what people are expecting. A lot of people are thinking that Bud is finna go in and do the same thing. And let me tell you something. Terrence Crawford in that fight didn't even believe. He was shocked that he was doing that to Errol Spence.
Most definitely.
He didn't take it easy on Errol because he felt sorry for him. He was shocked. Let me say that again. He was shocked. That man didn't know, like, oh damn, like man, he know what Errol Spence is. He know Errol Spence real, and that's a reason why he prepared for that fight like he did. You know what I mean? So if he thought Errol Spence was gonna be a light touch, he just would have did a regular training camp. He really did 2 training camps. He said I did a pre-camp before my camp. So what does that mean? You know what I mean? He knew that, dang, coming into this fight, I need to be on my P's and Q's. This dude right here, man, he can break my face. He breaking bones in his face. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, running the second fight, Errol Spence, to me, he hear all that talking. And let me tell you, from a dude like myself and B, we not really talkers like that. We don't do a lot of talking, all that. But we hear the noise. And I'm an XB, and I already told y'all. Those who watch my channel, I already told y'all how I reacted when how I react when somebody talking. B, how do you react when you hear somebody talking? When you hear somebody talking that trash, how do you react?
It's simple. All right, cool. I hear it. If you really about it, let me know, and we can set it up. Plain and simple. That's that. If you on your time on whatever setting venue, your time, whatever it is, however you want to do it, just let me know. Hey, I'll be there. I'll be there. And that's that. If we ain't on that type of time, then I ain't worried about you yip yapping. I'm this way. I got other stuff to worry about and take care of. Period.
So, so and that's
That's what it
that's
is.
that's pretty much the same thing that I echoed. It's nothing to talk about. Set it up, line it up. You know what I mean? When you're a man, you stand on your 10. It's not about being a gangster. It's not about being tough. You a man. At the end of the day, line it up. If you ain't about lining it up, I don't care. I don't care about nothing you talking about. You know, that's real talk. So when it come down to this fight with Errol Spence Terrence Crawford, it's very interesting. I know originally I said I don't want to see it, but then once I thought about it, I said it's a new weight. you hearing some things that was going on. Um, I ain't gonna make no excuses. I don't believe in that, but I heard some things that was going on at the time that L Spence couldn't do to prepare for this fight. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's intriguing. Me and B, we talked about this before, and we said, man, we think this is gonna be a trilogy. Now, y'all may laugh, but I can see that. I definitely can see a trilogy. I can see L Spence win the second fight, and then Bud want to fight again. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. But we reached the end of the podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? This was our all boxing episode. You know, it was real quick, nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? Like I tell y'all all the time, man, share this video. Like, comment. How many times I gotta tell y'all this? Just do it off the just do it off the muscle. Just come here, boop, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then hey, call your boss. Hey boss, what's up? You sleep? Oh, you with your gal? Aha, watch this video. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that. You know what I mean? This is a family. We're trying to grow this community together. You know, we're trying to go to podcast together. So, like I said, like, comment, hit, and subscribe. We're running for some smoke. I'm Boss Hog. That's Brody. We out.